Hey guys! So I don't know if it's just me, but if I want to go shopping at a bookstore for books, obviously, my only real option is to go to Barnes & Noble. It's just the only bookstore in my area that has a big enough selection and is guaranteed to have the books I'm looking for. So for years and years and years and years, I've just shopped at Barnes & Noble, always. But recently, I stumbled upon a quaint, cute little used bookstore in my area, so I went in and I bought some books. That's kind of my story. So in this video, I thought I would show you what I bought and I would talk about my experience buying used books and buying books that are not from Barnes & Noble, which is a strange occurrence for me. So the first book I bought at this used bookstore was Glass by Ellen Hawkins. Now this bookstore didn't have the widest variety of young adult literature. It had mostly adult fiction and adult classics and some textbooks for the local college kids. So I kind of just cleared out the young adult section. Anything I recognized I bought, which wasn't a lot, but hey, why not? So I immediately picked this book up and ran to the cash register, not really caring that it was the sequel to Crank, and I haven't read Crank, nor do I own Crank. Not my smartest move. But everything will be okay, because I recently placed an order for Crank, and I'm looking forward to getting into the series. And if you just look at this book was 50% off, so it was only like $5, but it is in absolutely perfect condition. Just look at it. Just take some time to look at the book I am showing you right now. I don't see any problems with it whatsoever. I thought it was a great deal. So I'm actually looking forward to getting started on this series. Once Crank comes in the mail, then I can read Glass, and then I can read the third book. And yeah, I just thought it was a really great buy, considering that it's a really popular book and it was so cheap. Yeah. So the next book I got has seen better days. When I show it to you, you'll probably all screech in horror and tell me to burn it and then disinfect my entire body. Oh well. I got this copy of 1984 by George Orwell, and yes, it's bad. It's in really bad shape. Like I said, the bookstore didn't have a huge selection of young adult, so I was looking through their classics section, trying to find some cheap classics that I could read or that I could add to my collection. And I realized in the bookstore that 1984 is one of my favorite classics, and I don't own a copy of it, nor does anyone else in my family. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to change that. Today, I'm going to change that. And this was the copy I found, and I was so disappointed because it's gross. It's really gross. I don't even need to show you all of it. You can tell it's gross. But I opened up the flap and saw that it was free. I hope you can read that. I'm not lying. It's got a squiggle under it right there. It says free. Yeah. So that was kind of cool, and I was like, you know what? Why not just pick it up? It's pretty bad. But I mean, it's nice to just add it to my collection and finally say I have a copy of this book, and hey, I didn't pay anything for it. So, I mean, yay for used bookstores that give me free stuff. The third and final book I have to show you guys is probably the book I'm the most excited about, and that is A Northern Light. This is one of those books that when I saw it in the bookstore, I definitely recognized it. I'd seen it before somewhere else I had seen this book before. So I picked it up and read the back, and it sounded kind of cool. It's like a historical fiction book, but it's got like some mystery to it, and it's not like a genre I would typically pick up. And I figured, you know what, why not? It was 50% off, which is great because it's in absolutely perfect condition. Do you see how perfect it is? Like, they could have sold this to me for full price and I seriously would not have cared. So I'm looking forward to reading this, and I'll probably read it next month, and yeah, gonna get this one done soon. Yes, I will. Yes. So those were all the books that I bought at this quaint little cute used bookstore. I definitely want to go back before the summer ends and just like clear out the store. I just didn't have a lot of time to do a ton of shopping. But honestly, the prices were great, the selection wasn't terrible, and it was just nice to shop somewhere that wasn't Barnes & Noble. Just for once. It was nice to go somewhere else. So I have a ton of questions to ask you guys in the comments. Do you only shop at Barnes & Noble? Where else do you shop? Are there cute little tiny bookstores in your area that you typically go to instead of Barnes & Noble? Let me know if you're like me and that's the only place you can go. And also, how do you feel about used books? Do you like buying them? Do you hate buying them? Do they gross you out and make you cringe? Yeah. So let me know in the comments, and as always, also let me know what you thought of any of the books I mentioned. I would love to hear your opinions. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!